How would you like to ride that? Hi, Dennis here at Cappel Training and Shoeing. Got a horse here that is broke to ride and been ridden quite a bit, and the lady that owns it has had an issue or two come up. The horse is begin to buck, and got her off one time, and anyway, she's done groundwork and she's put him through paces, but something isn't working because, you know, for us to put ourselves in harm's way, it takes all the fun out of it. So that's what these videos are about. We're not trying to uncover anything. We're bringing you the good, bad, and the ugly. I was going to have this horse turn loose before I started talking, but I could see in his eye that when I turn him loose, he's probably going to erupt. You know, he's just looking like this, and he didn't move, he didn't do anything, he didn't make any noise, didn't do anything, but in his look, and it's as subtle as that. If we miss those kind of things, then those kind of things will escalate down the road, whether it's you, me, or anybody on them. If we miss what this horse is telling us, he's telling you, you know, there's something bad's going to happen here, and the way I'm going to protect myself is I'm going to throw you off and run away from it. That's their whole goal. So I'm gonna just take this halter off. She said, he'd also all of a sudden got where he was hard to catch in the pasture. He'd been easy to catch, but then he just developed that. And my answer to that question, I've got to have some way to communicate with you guys that it makes sense. And you know, this is the cold hard facts. Have you ever tried to offer a panhandler a job? He's there wanting money, but when you offer him a job, they don't want to work. If a horse is coming to you good, and you don't put them to work, they're happy as they can be. They're there wanting a handout. They're there wanting you to pay them without doing a day's work. But you give that same horse a day's work or two and see if he isn't a little more difficult to catch the next time, because the last time you got on him, you made him go to work. So we're gonna see what happens here when I start moving his feet. I'm gonna read him as he's going around, and do my best to give you a play-by-play. Of course, we got the distraction of an obnoxious stud in the corner down there. That's not intentional. That just happened to be today. He was in here. How would you like to ride that? Party on, Pilgrim. And when he hit a flat run, I backed off just a little bit. Let me get my rope straightened out here where I'm tripping myself. See, he's not paying any attention to me at all. He's just going around. When he stopped, he turned away. These are all just signals. He's braced. When he was braced there, he hit that buck. It's just going around and around, and running out of air is not my goal here. And he came over there and he gave me a sign there that he was ready to start listening, but he's still doing way more than I'm asking him to do. He's just going around out there, and he's using that face up right there as an excuse to stand there in the air up right now. Almost looking at me like he's trying to apologize, but see, he can't stay there very long. See the kink in his tail? You see how he's holding himself up? He's going around just tense, ready to go do something. So I need to start directing his feet. He should have stopped right there and not turned away from me. I just stepped from behind his shoulder to in front, and instead of stopping and looking in, he braced into me and turned away. This isn't just about moving him around. This is about moving him exactly where I tell him to go, in the way that I tell him to go. Now he's starting to listen here, starting to think just a little bit. I step across that shoulder and get him stopped. He just run through me. Just braced up and run through me. See the kink in his tail? Get stopped there, turned the wrong way. Now, this isn't just about getting him to stop and draw in. That's, if you back up from one and draw in, see, he's going to come in. But that's not really helping anything here. Yeah, he got stopped. Yeah, he's getting to air up a little bit. But he didn't allow me to tell him exactly what to do. He did it because I took all the pressure off. And sometimes we use that as a tool, but if that's the only tool that we have, we don't have anything. See, he unhooked from me right away and started working. So I'm gonna get in a position of influence here. Now I want him to go back out this way. So I'm going to put effort directly towards that shoulder. And see, he's trying to get me in his, he was trying to get me in his right eye there. I'm going to come across here and get stopped. And let him sit there a minute. What I'm trying to do is get his feet in my hand based on what I'm doing from here. I'm going to ask him to come forward. I'm going to focus my energy at that stirrup, and he should step forward. When I come across that shoulder, he should stop. So this step-by-step thought process is a horse that is looking at me saying, I'm yours, you can do with me what you want. However, horses are smart, and they know how to get in position so that they can get out of work. He knows how to look like he's listening. He knows how to look like he's paying enough attention that he looks like he's good to get on, and you get on him and some bucks you off. So we need to have some way of getting underneath the surface of what's going on internally with this horse and see if he's ready to be ridden. There's not enough dash light indicators yet to tell me that this horse is ready to ride. Okay, I'm going to go up and touch him. See, he wants to leave. Instead of staying there, when I approached that shoulder straight on, he should have just stayed there. But as I was approaching, he was going to leave. So then I stepped back in front of that shoulder, stopped there and waited. I don't want him afraid of me. I don't want him disrespectful. I want him to be comfortable and in a good frame of mind so that we can do anything we want to do with him. Just taking a little time here and let him get comfortable with me. Now see that defensive posture right there. I want to come around and get on the other side of him, and he wanted to keep hiding his butt around behind his shoulders. So he's defensive right here. Now he let me get where I want to go. So now I've passed. So these little deliberate moves that I'm making from side to side and around You see the cautiousness come in when all I did was put my hand up on that saddle, and that sonbuck reared up like this, and he said, I can't take that. There's the indicator that this horse isn't ready to ride, okay? So let's set that up again. The reason that he went out there and come back in is because I didn't have any pressure on him. I had my back to him. From here to there, he felt the pressure of my front. From behind my back, the pressure was taken off, so he just stepped in a spot and he's hiding out in a spot of no pressure. Is that the end all? I don't know. I mean, every time you turn the TV on, every guru in the world is standing there with the horse looking dead on, saying this is what we're after. But if that was the end all, we could have him in this state of mind right here and get on and everything would work out just perfect every time. But this horse is already proven, just like 99% of horses, this is not a bronc and he's not an outlaw. He's doing exactly what horses do when they get full of grass, they get full of grain, and they don't get enough work. So he's been laying around doing nothing, expecting you to come take real good care of him, and then when you get in a vulnerable position, he said, I'm done. So that tail get a kink in there again, and when he looked off that time, so this set him up there and put him back to work. Let's see how well he's starting to listen. Nice. Just go on the same way. Get right up in there. Let's get stopped. Very good. Now see the body position that he's in, he's thinking about turning and going back to his right, to my left. So I'm gonna step over here and send him straight on. He doesn't want me to get over there. There. Now I'm gonna let him feel comfort in that spot. He took off faster than I wanted him to go. I'm gonna let him feel comfort in that spot. You see that spot right there of freedom is absolutely necessary for this horse to understand the communication that I'm having. I don't want this horse making any decision. The horse making the decision is them listening to you to start them, then they take over. Okay? So I'll start him and I'm watching to see if he's still hooked to me when his feet are moving or did he unhook. So I'm watching to see that happen. He moved away from me. He's ignoring me. Still ignoring me. He's hoping I'll go away. That's what the nose down right there. He's looking the wrong way. Looking around. He's moving his feet and he's not running off and he's not bucking, but he's not with me, see? Now he's with me. Get him back in here. He's a little bit, I'd say, reactive to my response. What does that tell me? That tells me that this horse isn't ready to ride yet. That's just, see that? And a horse down there looking like that, like he's a schizophrenic, you know, you don't want to be on his back because he's going to look around for some excuse somewhere to see if you can ride or not. And I don't know about you, but I don't have any fun at all riding one that doesn't want me to ride him. But if I can do some of the right things here and set it up, I bet we'll be able to get him rode here in pretty good shape. When that nose goes down and they look like they're sneaking along, they're just sneaking out the back door, hoping that the teacher won't see him leaving. And then he can start doing whatever he wants to do. So it's pretty warm here today, so I don't want to just run him out of air completely, but he's telling me that I haven't had enough work yet. I'm not ready to ride. So that's the whole point of this video anyway, is to teach you maybe a way of reading these horses more accurately so that you get a accurate reading back from the horse. You see, them things will hide out underneath the radar, and be just higher than Georgia pines until a little pressure comes on them, and then that's when they exhibit the ill behavior. So yes, they need time in this to sit there and do nothing, but they also need a balance of real world. If we keep them in a protected bubble and we never let this horse experience any kind of pressure whatsoever from the outside world, as soon as you go out and the bright lights of the world hit him in the face, you're in trouble. So when I come up here, I'm approaching straight onto that shoulder. At this angle, you see, I can help him to go to my right or to the left if I want to, but I want him standing straight on right here. Let me bypass that head. He left. Let me come up here. See, he don't want me to come up there and touch him. He said, I don't know about this. It ain't like that I've been out here misusing him or scaring him or mistreating him. Every time I've come close to him, it's been a pleasant experience for this horse. So he ought to stand there and say, yes, sir. What can I do for you next? But he's still standing there saying, I'm not ready for you to do that. Now, we could do this here loose and in this much room, and we could get where we need to get. But for time's sake, I'm going to put the halter and lead rope on and show you some efficiency. I'm going to be doing the same thing with the halter and lead rope on, but the halter and lead rope is going to increase the efficiency of my time so I don't have to spend out here all day to get him ready.